All right. We're going to talk about this movie that I watched this morning. One of the things I'm starting to do is to dive into motivation, dive into why people are doing what they're doing. And it was interesting. I was laying in bed and it came on and I watched it. And it was very interesting how this guy, well, essentially, it was a group of people, and they all got laid off, and it was just bad outcome after bad outcome. One guy even went in his garage, started up his car, closed his garage doors, and killed himself. And, the main character was Ben Affleck. He ended up selling his Porsche, selling his house, working for his brother-in-law, his wife going back to work. And I was just all of these choices that happened to these people. I mean, it was very fascinating how one decision made on your behalf created this cascade of bad outcomes, created this situation where his life was literally turned upside down. And I began to, the name of the movie is The Company Men. And I began to look at this and I was beginning to process these feelings. I have not felt these feelings. No one can walk in here and like, Glendon, we want to see you in the conference room. Today is your last day of service for the. No one can do that to me. And I don't think that I explained the power of starting your own business. Many people look at the downsides. You need some money, you need to work hard, you need to do all these things to get your business started. But you don't look at the upside. When you start your business, no one can lay you off. No one can tell you you need to go. No one can downgrade you. No one can reduce your salary. I mean, there's so much to this that it's crazy. It is beyond crazy that the benefits of starting your own business are so powerful. It's crazy. How many of you, what is the reason that you want to start your business? I mean, seriously, what is the reason that you want to start your own business? That you want to be your own person? Man, I want you to think about this. No one ever could lay you off. No one ever could reduce your paycheck. See, this is where y'all need to be clapping, going hallelujah, need to be coming to the church of the self-employed business owner, because watching this movie, I was just amazed at, because it was fascinating what he was going through. You know, he was ashamed to be seen at home in the middle of the day. This one guy, he kept his routine up even though he didn't have a job. Because he didn't want his neighbors to know he didn't have a job. I'm just sitting there like, that's crazy. All right, Charles Johnson, to buy back my time, as much freedom as I can get. Sasha, James, freedom. James Salmon, freedom to help myself and others. Pedro, financial freedom, time freedom, ability to help my family and others in a tactful manner. Tim A, remove that salary cap. Black Seas, I want freedom for paying taxes. There's a lot of things that come with this. Like, one of the things you could do as a business owner when you start is be that person of the resource. Because essentially, you know, we will talk about dealing with black women and white women. You could deal with a white woman that has an uncle or somebody that was an entrepreneur, and that just isn't that scary to her. But to a black woman? Well, what do you mean you gonna tell me you gonna go out here and start this company? Who are you? I've never seen nothing like that, boy. I've never felt, I never tasted. This is some strange and some wild shit to me. So you can become that resource in the black family that has a business. Well, you know, Uncle John, he lives in a nice house. As a matter of fact, Uncle John owns like 5 or 6 rentals, I believe. He has this trucking company. He drives this Mercedes-Benz AMG. You become that representation of the power of a business. And this is, you know, going back to my dominant male series, you become a leader. And one of the biggest problems that we as men in America have today is a lot of men are not leading. I don't want to lead them. They just want to exist and play video games. That ain't going to work. Yep. James Lee, the freedom to have the option to own your own time. Kevin, I always have problems with authority. I kept butting heads with management. All of that or whatever else everyone said, plus I don't like people telling me what to do. Ben Affleck only wanted white collar work. Yep. If someone was to tell me like, Glendon, you got to come out of this content creation business, this course development business, and you got to go work on a construction site, I might be acting like Ben. I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't know nothing about swinging no hammer. I know how to create a course. I know how to write a book. I know how to do a YouTube video. I know how to create presentations. Oh, what? I've probably been acting like Ben, man. What's up, Rod, for real estate? So how does one go from where they currently are? You're currently working a job. You currently don't have freedom. You currently don't have the time to do what you want to do. Because, you know, the process is that first business model is to recapture the income that you make. That's your first move, because that's going to free up your time. Like, you know, I'm sitting around here watching movies in the middle of the day, and I'm going to turn that into a business lesson, because it is very much a business lesson, because it was just blowing my mind how many changes that this person went through because someone called him into the conference room and said, you no longer have a job. And then, you know, to talk about people tribing, like, am I safe? Because after Ben gets the can, his assistant was like, did they say anything about me? And one of his friends was like, did they say anything about anybody else? That survival instinct is strong, man. A lot of them, well, he ended up working with her brother, hauling debris and stuff, swinging a hammer. And, this is one of the things that when you practice, and let me go ahead and let y'all know what we're doing today. Today is 50% off of everything at Hustlers Kung Fu Life Skills. This university will give you the tools, the resources, the knowledge for you to get into your own business. Plenty of products here. Consult Tuesdays coming up again. You can go ahead and grab that for 50% off. And one of the things you can do, and this ain't going to be easy. Let's just be really, really clear. It ain't going to be easy, and it ain't going to be quick. It ain't going to be easy, and it ain't going to be quick. If you're looking at your life from realistic terms, you start on this path today, your life will be radically different this time next year. And the first thing you got to do is control your money. You've got to develop financial literacy and financial discipline. That is the keys to free you from the average American life. Because, I'm watching this movie and I'm just like blown away at all these stuff. Because if Ben had paid the Porsche off, if Ben had saved more money, he wouldn't have to sell the Porsche and he wouldn't have to sell his house. But they had problems paying their mortgage. They had to go. So today, until Sunday, you can get 50% off. And let's see, the code should be, let me make sure. Yep. 50% off everything at Hustlers Kung Fu. The code is We Need to Talk. It's below the video. I mean, Josh Barr, real men eat Wi-Fi bread. You got to bake that bread, man. Put me anywhere on God's green earth, I'll triple my net worth. Jay-Z. Mario Goodson, you're cracking me up. And that's something else, too. With dating women, one of the things I find out, and this is why I've moved to dating above average women, is you date average women, they can't go to lunch. They only got 15, 30 minutes. They can't do nothing during the week. They can only live for the weekends. Because they're going to try to slide you into a Friday night date. They're going to try to slide you into a Saturday night date because that's the only time they have. And that was this one chick, I was like, look, I don't have these limitations with my time where I can only see you Friday and Saturdays. Apparently you do. And my Saturday and Fridays are booked for the next few weeks. So we can work it out. If you can catch a lunch or something here. And she finally broke down and we met for lunch near her job. And and that's how I got more access to her. But The number of people who have no control over the moments of their lives is astounding. I couldn't have a job. What do you mean? Lunch hours is between 12 and 1 o'clock. Lunch hour? What's that? I'm used to my whole day being open for me to do whatever I want to do. There ain't no way I can get a job. There is no way that I could work a regular gig. And one of the things that, the attitudes is I am willing to work until 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning to prevent having to have someone lord over my day. Because, I think we need to look at more realistic models. Jay-Z was a drug dealer. Jay-Z has played outside of normal society since day one. So if you look at him as being an outlier, someone who plays the game differently, okay. But looking at him as a standard, normal person, doesn't work. King Nick, working in 9 to 5 is modern day indentured servitude. Not looking for folks who live that life, but that was enough motivation for me to escape it. I have not worked 9 to 5 since 2001. Because the whole thing is you got to get out of a job that captures all your time. Now, if you're getting good coin, like, you're a truck driver, you're in the truck driver's seat and you're bringing home $1,500 to $3,000 a week. Save your money, man. Because this is one of the things I see with a lot of truck drivers. As Erica was saying, that a lot of them have bad credit and they can't be their own boss. Tim A, I walked off a job once and seen people had to raise their hand to use the What? You got to raise your hand to go to the bathroom? What kind of fuckery is that? See, I don't know anything. This is how come when people come at me and talk about, career planning, I don't have you, man. I don't know what that's like. I don't know what that tastes like. I don't know what that feels like. I haven't done it in 2 decades. James Lee, not going to be quick, but if you don't start today, it will only take longer if tomorrow is always your start day. Absolutely. What's up, Diana? Cornelius, everything you said about broke women is so true. I can't stand those heifers, Cornelius. I can't stand them. Always got their hand out. There's always a situation. There's always, like meeting women who absolutely have their shit together is very hard. Your boy Rich, you got to one of the things you got to do is figure out something and apply yourself. Everybody's trying to get 5, 6, 7, 8 streams of income. And, I have like a few streams of income. I have I've got the Dominant Male courses. That's one stream of income. Hustlers Kung Fu courses. That's another stream of income. And YouTube and consulting. And I'm going to tell you, a Hustler Kung Fu course income kills all those other ones. So, multiple streams of income are nice, but you want to have one that swings a heavy bat. You want to have one that does, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Because see, once you get to $25,000, $30,000 a month, you're able to do a lot of different things. King Nick, the World Trade Center was still up when you still had a 9 to 5. Yes, it was. Actually, I remember us watching at work when they got attacked. And they always play the game like you didn't do shit for them. Emissary 775. Needy women are the majority of women now. Sad truths. What's up, Miss Finance? Because once again, once you become a business owner and you ain't trying to be daddy, whereas a woman is, she just has to be pretty to enter, you know, she's got to do more than that. All right, Chris. I mean, one of the things that you've got to do to separate yourself from the masses is to start thinking differently. Because, you know, going through that boot camp of Earl Nightingale, Lead the Field, Power of Subconscious Mind, Tony Robbins, the Unlimited Power. I went through that very quickly, and it separated me because it changed my thinking. Like, you know, the other day I was talking about real estate. I'm going to start a wholesale type operation to get to these juicy deals quicker, because a wholesaler, these wholesale fees, these assignment fees, that's your rehab budget. So if you can remove that, but this is business owner thinking 101. Because, you know, this is an employee's mindset. There's enough meat on the bone for everybody. Everybody can eat out here. Everybody, that ain't the owner mindset. The owner mindset, like, how can I get this at the best price possible? Owner mindset is cutthroat. So I'm going to start a wholesale business to cut out the wholesalers by becoming a wholesaler, so I can get 1 or 2 rehab models per month. I've calculated that's going to save me $20,000 to $30,000 per house. And that's going to enable me to cash flow at a higher rate to start getting higher ROIs. And I'm just sitting here like, good Lord. So, because I've been looking at this Atlanta real estate market, and like, you know, I'm about to show y'all some stuff. And this is, you know, this is what happens when you have the time to sit around and think. Like, look at this. Move in ready. That carpet is kind of crazy. Could probably use, you know, $3,000 cosmetic rehab. Just change out the carpet, change out the paint, maybe paint the kitchen cabinets and stuff to make it a little sexier. But this is what I've been looking at. I've been looking at other markets because look at this right here. And this is on MLS. This right here, that's an auction piece. Deals right here, man. Look at this, deals. Deals all day long. You can get $1,200 a month. This is near a university, so you're always going to have students going there who are looking for rentals. Look at this. Deals. Look at that. Move in ready. Nice neighborhood, tree lined streets, nice yard. This is Americana. See, if I wanted to be an out of state landlord, I could be all up in Michigan right now. And I would just have to get a property management company. And give up that 10%. But see, this is one of the things, you know. So once again, you know. This screams boarding house. Put an ad on Craigslist, an ad on Facebook. Screams boarding house. We'll have to do a little work, not much. But you can go ahead and put 4 people in there and cash flow at about $3,000 a month on a $25,000 property. So within a year, this place is paid for and it's 100% cash cow with little to no work. Whoa, it just jumped up. I see why these wholesalers are doing well in Alabama. Let's look at this one. See, one of the things you have to break yourself free from the masses is you got to have time. You got to have time to look at concepts. You got to have time to explore things. You have to have time to investigate. You got to have time to meet people. You got to have time to set some stuff up. I'll see. Yeah, Tim A. I mean, I could buy that today and get a renter in there. That wasn't Atlanta. That wasn't Atlanta. Atlanta. One of the things that motivates me is once I had to write my own pink slip because I was the only person who knew how to do it and didn't trust they would do it after I was let go. Wow. Yeah, the Atlanta market ain't nothing like it. Ain't like these other markets, man. Ain't nothing like it. The Atlanta markets are crazy. The Atlanta markets are insane. Like, you come here. All right. This is what you're looking at. Calling all investors. This home can use some TLC and has a great ARV. I see mold. I see a lot of problems. It's just a shell. See, this is an investor that got in trouble. They bought something, they didn't know what they were getting into. Matter of fact, always do this. They bought this piece of crap at 132. So they got because something like this should have went for like 50,000. You see, they spent all their money on getting it, and they didn't have any money for a rehab because that's some serious rehab right there. But I'm starting to see this every day. Now, this is in the hood. See. Look at that bathroom. Good Lord, look at that stove and that oven. Why people be living like that, man? So you're going to have to do some stuff. But see, this is what I'm talking about here, why I'm going to get into the wholesale business, because what they're asking just to get the house. I mean, those, Atlanta, for people who are networked, for people who are plugged in, for wholesalers who are getting these properties for 50,000, 60,000, 70,000, it's great. But if you are not plugged in, this city is expensive. It's very expensive. And, you make your money when you buy. Because I want to because essentially what I want to do is go ahead and get these distressed properties, rehab them, and rent them to make the most money. And maybe flip them a year or two later and take that money and put it in more rehabs. See, they rehabbed this is right here. It's been well maintained. It's on the belt line. People got the money to keep these houses up. Tim A. lowball them. Oh, I plan on it. Jason, okay, I'm out here near Chicago. Never seen those processes. Looks like a teardown. That's too much work and heartache. Oh, Steve Jameson. Yeah, I am going to do a course on my wholesale process. Harder to find deals on the MLS in Atlanta. But these other markets, oh man, I'm like, I saw one night, I saw 4 houses for $30,000 that were move-in ready. It's like, man. To be honest, I went to a RAA class in Phoenix. Someone mentioned the way to get in real estate with lower competition. People aren't looking in the direction, but like all things, it takes work. I was looking at Lansing, Michigan. I went to a real estate meetup where this rehab person bought a 400,000 house and hoping to sell it for 750. That's reasonable. Well, once I get started, my goals are going to be simple. One deal a month. If I can wholesale it, I can find something for 30,000. I know someone that bought a 475,000 house. They rehabbed it and they're selling it for 815. And also, I'm gonna look at the quality of the deal, because the quality of the deal is everything. Because, like, let's say I get a wholesale deal for $30,000, and the house needs $35,000 worth of work. I'm in that house for $65,000. I can rent that bad boy out for $1,500 to $1,800 a month. Do that for 2 to 3 years. 1,500 is 18,000. So the house is being paid off by the rent, and then when it appreciates, I sell it and I get a big payday. Gene Parcella, if you're buying a house for cash, you got to go through the title companies. You got to have a real estate attorney. They'll make sure everything's done correctly. Yeah, but my goal is to be doing one house per month. And, you know, because like I find like 3 wholesale deals, I'll do one myself, and then I would sell the other 2. And take the wholesale money, because, see, you know, the one of the things about, you know, these folks who are making all this money wholesaling, their taxes are onerous. You make $500,000 a year wholesaling, they're going to rape you in taxes. A better play would be to take that money from wholesaling, run it back through your company, spend it on real estate, and increase your equity holdings and reduce your current taxes. Because I'm just sitting here like, when I say I only live on 6-7% of my income, there's a reason. Taxes are no joke at $1 million a year. Taxes are no joke. And what happened is you got to spend the money in the company, growing the asset to the point, you know, 10, 20 years down the road, those taxes are not going to matter because the company's worth so much. I'm going to do one deal a month that I'm going to put my money into, and then do the wholesaling, take that wholesaling money, run it back through the company, and rehab properties and get renters. Because once you get past 10 properties at $1,500 per month, that's 15 G's, just rental income. Then, you know, you get to 30 properties, that's $45,000 a year rental income. And this is the way that I see that I can do it. And then, you know, I got a network. I know a guy, buy deals from him. He's in Florida. Virtual wholesaling in Michigan, never been there, does $2 million a year. Taxes be crazy. Taxes on $2 million a year could be $1 million if his company is not set up correctly. This is how I know these folks are not making a lot of money, because if they were making the money they claim, they would be crying on these taxes. Especially for these folks who set up an LLC, a single member entity, did not do an S corp, and they're paying 55% tax rate. So, like wholesaling, and wholesaling is like anything. Wholesaling's been around a long, long time. It'll be around for a while, but it's going to go through some changes because I don't understand if you're going to be in real estate why you don't have some rentals. I don't understand that because wholesale money is fast income. It is not generational wealth, and it doesn't build wealth. You just get a big check. So, we're going to see. And then, also, I need to pony up to be able to operate in my neighborhood. Let me show you what I got to. 30327. All right, so this is my neighborhood. Three zero 30327. And this is a condo. You can get condos over here for 3. That looks pretty nice. Where is it? Oh, okay. I know where that is. See, this is my neighborhood. See, you can't mess around with this stuff. Now, this may be a good potential flip. You're going to have to make it sexy because it's got that Brady Bunch look. Yeah, that they probably got this as a teardown. When they don't even take the effort to put up multiple pictures, it's a teardown. And people will spend $300 to $1 million for a lot to just tear that house down and build what they want. So to play the real estate game in this neighborhood, you need to have some money. Your money needs to be right. You cannot be just hamstringing it over here. That is nice. Well, look at that. I likey, I likey, I likey. So this is what I'm dealing with over here. Okay, that's more toward in town. So this is what I'm looking at. For this neighborhood. That's been on the market for a minute. This is literally around the corner from me. See, there is no $100,000 stuff. There's no $200,000 stuff, and 300K and get you a nice condo. So I sent out a few letters for a certain niche. He owes a bunch a year to offset tax. I think he has 7 staff members and now 14 rentals. If he's doing $2 million a year, he's gonna need more than 14 rentals. He's gonna need way more than that. Because I was watching Max Real Estate, Max Maxwell, because he's getting into that because his mentor, the older guy, told him that he needed to hold some rentals to offset his wholesaling business. And he's, for every 3 deals he does, he's getting a rental. So he's doing $2 million a year. He's gonna need more rentals than that. Yeah, it should be a strategy, because I figured it out. The best way to get to these juicy deals is to become a wholesaler, get the deal, cut the wholesale assignment fee out, put your money in the property and save thousands of dollars, because these wholesalers in Atlanta, man. Oh yeah, there's all kinds of stuff out here. Um, yeah, like to play in this neighborhood is going to be a different ball game, because I'm going to need about a war chest of 5 million. So that's what I'm going to have to do. Liquid. I do land flipping similar to wholesaling strategy. It's part of my strategy. This is the beauty of real estate. There's so many ways to do it to make money. And, since I'm a little more mature, I'm in a buy and hold strategy because, the one day that I had to say that my real estate company has 40 rentals, that's a dream for most people. And I'm going to make that a reality because, 40 rentals. And if I maintain the rental rates that I want, let's see, 1,500 times 40, $60,000 a month. So there's a lot of things that are coming here. There's a lot of ways to do it. And this is, and one of the reasons I'm in this position to think about this way, because, I wanted to do real estate. I really wanted to do something foolish. I wanted to buy a $2.2 million house for myself. And I realized that $2.2 million in the marketplace working, that's a lot of money that this is bringing me every month. So I let that go. But to have the time to go through this, because I've been watching a lot of real estate videos. I've not seen anyone talk about this, becoming a wholesaler to get to these deals. I was watching Max Maxwell, and he was like, man, he got this one wholesale deal. It was just too good to flip. They got this house for $28,000. They put $20,000 in it. And see, those should be your rentals because, because he turned it into a rental, and within a mere months, that house would be paid for. That's where you make the long generational money. Wholesaling is quick money. But that long generational money is doing deals, buying and holding, and getting up to, dozens of rentals. When you've got, let's see, because the thing is, My strategy is to go ahead, become a wholesaler, get the property cheap, put my money into it, rent it out. So I got this house that's paid off and it's rented out. So that's why that's the one deal a month that I want to, because end of the year, 12 houses that are paid off, paying $1,500 a month. That's a six-figure income created in 1 year of hard work with a strategy. Six-figure income forever created in 1 year with a strategy. And also, where I want. And also I want to, because, a lot of the properties that you can get are on the south side of Atlanta, East Point, Southwest Atlanta. And, there's a whole nother side of the town I don't know nothing about. So I got to get out there and start hustling. I got to get out there and put my name out there so people know what I'm doing. But, if you want to be free, like, look at Erica. Erica's on the plane every week because she controls her time. She controls her time. Once you can control your time, you control your money. When someone else is controlling your time, they control your money. And that's the first hat trick that you got to accomplish, is to replace your job income with business income to buy back your time. That's the key. Because the way that I'm going to set this up is it's not going to be wholesaling, driving for dollars. Because, see, one of the things that I see with the wholesaling real estate industry is a lot of job mentality. People with jobs, get that check, get paid. I don't see a lot of generational wealth putting together real estate empires, because there's one guy, he's been wholesaling for 14 years and it's a job. It's a high paying job, but it's a job, because I'm not going to get into this and I'm not going to be in this for 14 years. Then I look back and I got all these wholesale deals and I'm going to have paid off property that puts cash in my pocket every month. That's how I'm approaching this from day one. Like, the long game. That's the long game. Because essentially 1 year of hard focused work can create me a six-figure retirement income for the rest of my life. Just, sitting back, looking at this from a business owner standpoint, not I need a check. JoJo needs some diapers. I gotta get my baby's hair fixed. There's too much of this job mentality in the real estate industry that's holding people back. Because if for every wholesale deal you did, for every 3 wholesale deals you did, you kept one rental property and you kept it in-house, you kept it paid off, within a year, you're at six figures. Within a year, 6 figures passively. And, they're going harder and harder for these wholesale fees. But it gets back to controlling your time. Controlling your time. Having the ability to plan your day. Having the ability, because, don't get into this busy work where you're just having a bunch of unproductive meetings. Don't get into that. Set it up where you can win. Set it up where you can enjoy life. And a big part of controlling your time is being debt free. A lot of people are working for bill payments. They're not working for a life. They're working to pay this mortgage. They're working to pay these car notes. They're working to pay private school. That's all they do. And they haven't sat down to think, like, is this the best way to do this? I mean, time is everything. Like, I sat down and I watched a movie and I've turned around and I did a video on it and I'm going to make money from it. This is how you can extrapolate your time into income, by having free time. So once I get it going, I will create a course and would like, because it would be how to wholesale for buy and hold. Because I've seen a lot of people talk about, double dipping and all this other stuff. And I've seen a lot of people who haven't gotten to the point where they can fund their own deals. And they've done thousands of deals. And they're still using other people's money. And I'm like, you just haven't done that little nuanced twist. Because once, let's just go down the road. Let's say I'm doing this for 5 years. In the 5 years, I got 50 properties that are all paid for. Let's say 60. I got 60 properties times 1,500. It's $90,000 a month. That is $1.8 million a year rental income in 5 years. So, that's what can be done in 5 years. That pays a lot of bills. Pays a lot of bills, man. It sets you up. Sets you up nicely. Gets you going. And then also, I got my hustler's kung fu income. I have my dominant male income. That's to live off of and do things with. So I got, like my dominant male income, I don't even touch that. That goes into the real estate fund. But just think about this, that if you have a job, you have given someone tremendous power and sway over you. 5 days a week, you get up to do something for someone else. You don't get up to do your own thing. You don't get up to further your agenda. You don't get up to make your money. I want you to think about that. All right, so once again, it's 50% off and everything at hustlerskungfulifeskills.com. Links below. Code we need to talk. So with that, I will see you guys.